Well, hey everyone, thanks for joining me for more I Would Camp That. The day has finally come. I have teased that we're going to be going on a longer camping trip, and we are here to deliver. Well, I'm here to deliver. I'm aiming for 10 nights out of the truck. My record is a week. Follow our Facebook and Instagram for some updates throughout this trip. My goal is to get some videos done and uploaded while I'm on this trip. I don't foresee there being issues. However, I won't know until I try. This trip, due to the weather, has changed numerous times. I was originally planning, I've been pretty quiet about where I'm going, just because I honestly kept changing my mind. I was originally going to go out west, towards the mountains in western Alberta, out past Rocky Mountain House and all that, but it's going to be way too cold. Temperatures are supposed to get down to like a low of like minus 30 degrees Celsius. I was then going to go to southern Alberta because southern Alberta has been getting some really warm weather lately. The wind is a real wild card there though. But figures the week that I'm going camping, they're hitting some really bad temperatures. So I ended up going through Google Maps and Weather Report, and I combed all of Alberta. Alberta's basically going into an ice age for a week. So Alberta's just not a viable option for camping right now. But then I started looking out west towards British Columbia, or BC, as we call it up here. And still cold, but not as cold. The temperatures are a lot more mild. There's actually some campers that I do follow on YouTube, mostly van campers, and they basically spend their winters out in BC, more closer to the west coast, just because it's milder temperatures. I don't know if we'll make it out of Alberta today. I'm getting off to a bit of a late start, but I'm just gonna start driving and quit yakking, and we'll see where we end up. I'll follow up with you folks soon, and thank you for joining me on this adventure. Let's roll. We've pulled over and stopped at a rest stop here. I think we're gonna make a go of it here for a camp tonight. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go as far south as I would have liked. I did get off to a late start, later than planned, and the roads have been very hit or miss. There's been a lot of people in the ditch, lots of ambulances going up and down the highway and such. So definitely not the best time to be out. I'm gonna make up some dinner in a little bit here. This is a rather busy rest stop, so I'm just kind of hanging out and waiting for it to thin out a little bit. We're probably still gonna be seeing people coming and going just due to the weather, but just waiting for a couple of spots to clear up, and then I'll move my truck over there. I just don't want to be right front row and center by the entrance to the rest stop there. One lovely thing about this rest stop is it does have, I believe it's 24 hours heated lobby. If I do need to go in, there are outlets in there if I need to take the Jackery in and give it a quick charge. With all the driving I'm planning to do tomorrow, probably won't be necessary, but it's nice to know that it's an option. And there's also flush toilets in there too. That's always a nice little luxury to have. Well, it's thinned out quite a little bit. The rest stop only has myself and two others. There's a car over that way. There's another car to the left of me, but Buddy's out walking around it right now, so I don't want to wig him out by pointing a camera at him. I think he might be a car camper. And there's also the big commercial trucks down there too. This area is split up so that the commercial trucks get one lot and then regular vehicles get the other lot near the rest stop. And we've got the fridge in the back here, fully stocked. Smells very strongly of onions and other vegetables. Huge thanks to Rita for helping get this all ready for me. There's meat at the bottom. There's some deli meat for emergency sandwiches if it's just too cold to cook. There's some little yogurt tubes here, some water from our last trip that was frozen, now it's drinking water, and a bunch of other things in here. We'll see more of that throughout the trip. I'm actually not particularly hungry. Well, I am a little. I did snack a bit on my way here, and I am feeling pretty tired. I think it's going to be an early night for me. So on the menu tonight, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to do some instant oatmeal on the Pinnacle canister stove, but we're going to top it with some berries and some squeeze tube yogurt. I'm pretty excited for that. I figure if we're having wild berry oatmeal, we might as well supplement it with berries. And there you have it, my friends. A couple of packets of wild berry oatmeal and some berries and some cherry squeeze tube yogurt. I am looking forward to this. I love meals like this when, you know, like I'm feeling tired and not feeling like anything too extravagant. So this is something that's just super nice and easy to put together, especially with that little stove. That is divine. I gotta give props to Rita. She suggested this. Oh man, that's good. I got a little bit on my sweater there. So I was hoping to jump on and do a little bit of editing tonight. Given that I did leave late today, at this point I don't have a lot of footage. So I think tonight's footage is gonna get paired up with tomorrow's footage. So if you're watching this video, that's already been done. But yeah, I think after I finish eating this is so good. I'm gonna hop in the back and just chill out. I'm just enjoying like even just hanging here in the peace and quiet and just being outside. And you know, winter can be kind of depressing and gloomy, but you know, it also has a certain beauty to it. And just being out here and just enjoying the ambience, the atmosphere, just the freedom. I love it. I'm so thankful that I get to do stuff like this, and I'm really thankful to all of you too for checking out our content and supporting us. It means so much to Rita and me that we can bring you along on our adventures here. And yeah, I look forward to seeing where the rest of this trip takes us. But I'm gonna finish eating this. It might be a little messy, so I'm gonna save you that and turn the camera off here. I'm just in the back now. I've got all the bedding pushed off to the side. Just gotta make the bed quick. I think I'm just gonna use the fleece blanket and the double sleeping bag. I've still got the military sleeping bag and the electric blanket. I'm just gonna keep those off to the side. Last I checked the temperature, it's about -7. There's degrees Celsius. There's no wind. There's the snowfall has stopped. It's actually a pretty nice night. It's a lot nicer than I expected it would be. So I think we'll be pretty comfortable tonight. Just gotta get settled and let my body heat warm everything else up. So all right, I will chat with you folks in the morning, and looking forward to getting back on the road. Good morning, everyone. It is very chilly. It got down to like -14 degrees Celsius last night. I was very cozy and warm in the back. The lack of wind definitely helped. The Jackery is sitting at about 95%. It was really only running like 2 watts of output last night. One of the silver linings of running the fridge during the winter is the fridge doesn't have to work nearly as hard. So because the fridge will get to its target temperature and then eventually it'll stray from its target temperature, and then it has to like kick into overdrive to work its way back. But with how cold it is, it really doesn't have to do much at all. So yeah, so we still got lots of power. I'm gonna plug the Jackery back in while we drive just to juice it back up, and I'll be plugging the fridge back into the truck as well. And so I think we're probably looking at about a little bit over a 4-hour drive today to get to where I want to go. Alberta is starting to usher into its own little ice age now, so I definitely want to get to BC today. The spot that I do want to go to in BC is supposed to be significantly warmer today and overnight than we are right now here. So I'm gonna just warm the truck up a little more, and I'll touch base with you folks in a bit. So the Jackery, it didn't have this. I went back through the footage from when I woke up this morning, and this wasn't a thing. While I was driving here, I've just made a quick stop in Nanton, Alberta. The Jackery actually had a low temp error. There was a little thermometer symbol right down here, and when I plugged it into the truck, it was still working as a battery. I was still able to charge my phone, and the fridge was still charging until I moved that over to the truck as well, but it wasn't taking in any wattage. So I was actually hoping to catch that before I got to Nanton, just to kind of talk about it a bit, but it looks like it warmed up enough. I had the truck running like a sauna, so the Jackery appears to be running normal again, which is good, because I mean, it was still working, but definitely being able to plug it into your truck while you're driving and get those charge ups is very necessary. I did stop and get some Tim Hortons. Normally when I'm on a big camp like this, I like to stick to what I have in the truck and try to challenge myself not to go and eat out of a restaurant or something, but it is really cold, and a hot Java is just what I need. So once we get out further west, we're going to continue south and then head west into British Columbia. It should be quite a bit warmer where I'm looking to drive. I have a town in mind that I'm going to shoot for, but if I'm feeling up to it, I might drive even further west than that, and then I'm hoping we can get the tailgate down and do some cooking for lunch or something. But I'm gonna get back on the road here. We're still in the early morning here. We've got light now, but we're making good time. We've got all the time in the world, really. Just stopped for a quick break before we continue on. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. I used to come to BC quite a bit, and I just forgot how breathtaking it is, even just the first, 30 kilometers in. So we are going to continue on. I'm still a little disappointed that my original plan to camp in southern Alberta didn't pan out because the weather's about to go really bad there. But this is great too. BC is beautiful. I mean, they call it beautiful British Columbia for a reason. You see it on the BC license plates if you're up in these parts. For anyone who is familiar with this area, I did pass through the Crow's Nest Pass, and some people might be going, why didn't you stop in Crow's Nest? There's so many interesting things to see there. Like, why did you skip through that? The reason being is I was originally planning to do filming there. And if you haven't heard of Crow's Nest Pass, look up some information about it. If you ever get the opportunity to come up here, definitely check it out. It's beautiful. I did talk to Rita before coming to this trip when I decided I was going to go into BC, and Rita really wants to be there when we do Crow's Nest Pass, so I told her that I would just kind of gloss through that and just pass through. We are planning to get out there later this year when it's warmer, when things are more accessible due to the snow being gone, and make sure that we check out some of the interesting things out there. That place has a rich history. Another thing to point out as well too for this whole trip is this, as I said before, not the first time I've been in BC, but this will be the first time that I have ever truck camped outside of Alberta. So tonight we are making history. It will be my first truck camp in another province. So I'm gonna stretch my legs a little bit, get back on the road, and where are we sleeping tonight? I don't know yet, but we'll figure that out. As I've said before, that's half the fun.